Have you ever stopped to wonder what truly defines a good life after 65? Not what society tells you, not what advertisements show you, not the size of your house, the brand of your car, the number of people who show up at your birthday party, or the balance in your bank account. The truth is much quieter than that, much deeper, and far more powerful. Good life after 65 is defined by the abilities you still carry inside you, the quiet, strengths that prove your body, mind, and spirit are still awake, still flexible, still alive. Music. As the years pass, it becomes easy, almost automatic, to focus on what's gone. The energy that once came effortlessly, the people who are no longer here, the routines that changed, the roles you no longer play. But today, we are doing something different. Today, we're turning that perspective around. Because what truly matters is not what you've lost, but what you've kept. And even more importantly, what you've grown into. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful abilities that quietly prove you are doing life right after 65. These are not talents. They are not athletic achievements or impressive resume. They are inner strengths, daily ways of being, perspectives that many people lose with age. But a few manage to protect, and if you still have these abilities, you are not merely aging. You are living proof that growing older can be graceful, meaningful, joyful, and deeply human. Stay with us until the end, because you may discover that you already possess more of these abilities than you ever realized. And if you do, take it as a sign, quiet but undeniable, that you are doing life right, even if the world doesn't always say it out loud. Now let's begin. The ability to adapt without bitterness. Music. One of the clearest signs that you are living well after 65 is your ability to adapt, to adjust, to bend, to keep moving forward without letting bitterness take root. Life after 65 is full of changes. Some are expected, many are not. Health shifts. Loved ones move away or pass on. The world feels louder, faster, more confusing than it once did. Many people respond to these changes by clinging tightly to the past. They replay how things used to be. They compare constantly. They resist what is. But adaptability is something very different. Adaptability is not pretending everything is fine. It's not denying grief or loss. Adaptability is saying, this is where I am now, and I will still find a way to live fully. It's the quiet strength of accepting reality without surrendering your spirit. Think of Barbara, a 73-year-old woman who lost her husband after 45 years of marriage. Her world collapsed overnight. The routines, the shared jokes, the familiar silence, all gone. She could have frozen there. Many do, but instead Barbara chose something brave. She began taking long walks, not to escape grief, but to carry it gently. She joined a local art group. She picked up a paintbrush. For the first time in her life, she didn't replace what she lost. She reshaped her life around it. Music, that is adaptability. Choosing growth over regret, movement over stagnation. Psychologists tell us that emotional flexibility is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and mental well-being. When you stay open to new experiences, your brain continues forming new connections. Your mind stays alive. Your spirit stays curious. Adaptation is exercise for the soul. People who age well understand something profound. Life will keep changing, so they stop fighting it. They laugh at small frustrations. They ask for help without shame. They explore instead of retreating. So if you can still adjust to new routines, if you can accept imperfection without resentment, if you can meet change with calm rather than anger, then you are doing something very right. Because the people who thrive after 65 are not those who resist aging. They are the ones who walk alongside it, hand in hand, discovering new ways to live. The ability to stay curious. If you are in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you still want to learn, to ask questions, to explore, you are living life the right way. Curiosity is the quiet fire that keeps the mind young. The moment curiosity disappears, life begins to shrink. But when curiosity stays alive, the world keeps expanding. Curiosity gives you a reason to wake up, a reason to read, a reason to say, "I want to know." 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 A reason Tell me more instead of, I already know. That single mindset separates those who merely grow old from those who continue to grow. Consider James, a 77-year-old man who had never touched a computer. Until last year, technology intimidated him. The buttons, the screens, the fear of doing it wrong. But one day, he walked into a free class at his local library. At first, he struggled to type a single email. Today, he watches documentaries, sends photos to his grandchildren, and records his life. Stories in a digital journal. Learning didn't just teach him skills, it gave him something far more valuable. Confidence. Curiosity is like exercise for the brain. Each new idea strengthens memory. Clarity and focus. Research shows that mentally active seniors are far less likely to experience cognitive decline. But beyond science, there is joy. Curiosity reminds you that you are still part of the world's rhythm, still learning, still contributing, still alive. Even small acts of curiosity matter. Asking a grandchild about their interests, learning a new word, exploring a new walking route. Each one stretches your world just a little wider. So if you still feel that spark, the desire to understand, to explore, to grow, take pride in it, because curiosity isn't just intelligence, it's a sign of life still unfolding. The ability to forgive and let go. As the years pass, one of the hardest and most freeing abilities a person can develop is forgiveness. Many people carry old wounds for decades, unspoken, resentments, regrets, anger, that quietly drains their peace. But if you can look back on your life with calm acceptance, if you can acknowledge both joy and pain without bitterness, you've reached a rare form of wisdom. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean excusing harm. It means choosing peace over reliving pain. Think of Eleanor, a 69-year-old woman who spent years angry with her brother over an inheritance dispute. The resentment followed her everywhere. One day, she realized something simple and profound. The anger was exhausting her more than the memory itself, so she wrote a letter, not to reconcile, but to release herself. Whether he responded didn't matter. She was free. Holding on to anger ages the heart faster than time ever could. Forgiveness softens you without weakening you. Even forgiving yourself is an act of courage. Many older adults quietly carry guilt about parenting, missed chances, words spoken too sharply. But self-forgiveness bridges the life you lived and the peace you still deserve. Science confirms it. Forgiveness lowers stress, improves sleep, and supports physical health. But its greatest gift is clarity. You begin to see the past as a teacher, not a prison. If you can let go, if you can make peace with what cannot be changed, you've already won one of life's hardest battles. The ability to find joy in ordinary days. One of the most beautiful signs that you're doing life right. After 65 is your ability to find joy in ordinary moments. Cup of coffee in the morning, sunlight. Through the window, the sound of rain. A familiar song. These are not small things. They are life itself. People who find joy in simplicity have stopped comparing. They measure their days not by achievement, but by presence. Think of Harold, an 81-year-old man who tends a small garden every morning. He waters his plants, talks to them, smiles as they grow. It's not about the garden. It's about connection. Gratitude transforms solitude into peace, routine into ritual, ordinary into sacred. If you can still smile during quiet moments, if you can enjoy the pace of your own life, you've learned something extraordinary. The ability to love without condition. If after 65 your heart can still love freely, without judgment, expectation, or fear, you are doing life right. Love becomes quieter with age, but deeper, stronger. It listens, it forgives, it stays. Think of Ruth, an 82-year-old widow who volunteers at a community center. She once said, "Love doesn't disappear when people do. It changes shape." That is wisdom. Science agrees. Emotional connection is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and happiness. Love heals, love gives. Purpose, love keeps the soul awake. If your heart is still open, you've understood life's greatest lesson. Final thoughts. Adaptability, curiosity, forgiveness, gratitude, unconditional love. These are not signs of aging. They are signs of wisdom. If you still carry them, you are living proof that a good life doesn't fade with time, it deepens. Thank you for being here. Share your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and stay connected.